Okay, great. Well, welcome to our Student Design Competition introductory webinar. This is our 6th year of hosting the CWEA local student design competition. And today we have our overview, providing information about the competition, what to expect. We have WEF past president Jim Clark, along with student design competition chair Ian McKenzie and vice chair Guy Yeager. We also have one of our past judges, Rich Tenbosch, on the call today. So over to you, Jim.
Thank you. It's a pleasure to be here, and really happy to be able to present some information on the design competition. Before we talk about the competition, I want to give a little bit of background on the organizations that are involved here, in case you don't know about them. The Water Environment Federation is a not-for-profit technical organization. There are almost 40,000 members and member associations around the world that are involved in water quality, all aspects of water quality. And each year, WEF puts on an annual conference called WEFTech, and it is the largest event of its kind in North America. And typically there are over 20,000 attendees that attend WEFTech. So it's a very large event and very spectacular, actually, if you get a chance to go. Water Environment Federation is made up of a variety of member associations. The Water Environment, the California Water Environment Association is the largest of the member associations with about 10,000 members. The members work in public agencies. They work in all aspects of water quality, the engineering side, equipment side, service providers, other folks that are involved in water quality. So it's a organization that encompasses just about every aspect of the water industry that you can imagine. And CWEA also, one of their goals is to educate and certify water quality professionals and also provide technical information to the members and promote sound policies that benefit society. Next slide. The student design competition, as Megan said, the California Association has been doing it now for our 6th year, but the international competition has been going on for much longer than that. I'm actually, Megan mentioned that I'm a former president of the Water Environment Federation, and I started the Students and Young Professionals Committee back when I was president to get our students and young professionals more involved in WEF and with professional organizations. And I also started the design competition. So it's been going on for a number of years and is held every year at WEFTech. And it's actually designed to give students real world design experience. Something that I think is a benefit to not only the students, but also to our profession. That we'd like to task the individuals or teams of student members to demonstrate their abilities to evaluate alternatives, develop comprehensive design, and present a solution that meets the requirements of a problem statement. The activities have varied from year to year. But we get a number of different teams now from all over the world. And with that, I'd like to have Guy Yeager, who is a former chair of the student design competition, to talk a bit about the competition itself.
Yeah, thanks, Jim. Yeah, so I was involved in the organization of the WEFTech student design competition, the international competition, and it was really great to see all these students coming in and the experiences they got. And I like to highlight some of the benefits for students participating. First off, you get to work on real world design experiences with professional mentors, allowing you to get a better understanding of the water industry and where you might want to be fit into it in your career. You have the opportunity to demonstrate and improve your technical presentation and writing skills prior to employment. I know lots of professionals who are looking to hire, having seen that you're involved in the student design competition is a big plus to them. You get to network with top industry professionals, other young professionals, and meet other peers like-minded like you. And then you get involved in member associations, so you can get involved in WEF or CWEA or other member association involvement. It's a great way to get involved and participate. And then It can be an opportunity to attend WEFTEC, which Jim alluded to, that it is a really great event to go to. It's quite fun. It's really cool to see all the different elements that go into that conference, and I really highly recommend to attend if you ever get a chance. And through this competition, it can be an opportunity. So kind of breakdown of the competition at WEFTEC. It's an international competition, and our goal as CWEA is to get you there, but you have to participate in our competition first. But our competition is modeled off of the WEFTEC competition. It consists of 2 different categories that you can present in, wastewater and water environment. Basically 1 team per competition we can send and can be selected to participate from CWEA. And there can be a total limit to the number of teams presenting, but we haven't run into that problem since 2019, since the COVID pandemic. But hopefully, if we have enough teams this year, we can send 2. So the wastewater competition, it consists of looking into hydraulic capacity design for plants, can have elements of collection systems that tie into wastewater treatment plants. Additions to existing wastewater treatment processes, anything to do with biosolids handling, dewatering, anything of that nature, biological nutrient removal, any BNR systems or other systems that you look into, and then WRF process optimization. And this is just a few different examples of it, but anything that generally ties into a wastewater plant involves treatment or capacity or along those lines. Then we have the water environment competition, which is kind of expanding outside of wastewater treatment plants. We have stormwater management design, green infrastructure, low impact development, water reuse. There can sometimes be a fine line between where water reuse goes to, but generally it kind of falls under the water environment competition, wetland construction, and distributed treatment systems. You can have constructed wetlands, as you have there, or kind of anything that's outside of the plant. Not necessarily dealing with strict wastewater treatment. So then who competes at the WEF student design competition at WEFTEC? So it first starts off with a design competition at the member association level. CWEA is a member association. There's I believe it's over 70 different member associations that are involved in WEF. And each of those member associations have a competition, and the winner of that member association competition gets to travel to WEFTEC and compete. So here on the right, we have a map showing, areas of students that competed in the 2022 student design competition. Even in the past, 2019, we had a team from Singapore participate. So it's pretty cool to be going to the competition to see all of these people coming from all over the United States and in the world to come and compete and be there for this competition. So it's quite a great opportunity to be involved with. And I'm going to go ahead and turn it over to Ian, our chair of the CWEA competition.
Thanks, Guy. So as Guy mentioned, CWEA is permitted to send 2 teams to WEF, and we will hold a competition to pick which teams get to go. Our competition will be open to entrants in both the wastewater and the water environmental side of the thing. And if you are successful in our competition, get selected, we will provide financial assistance to help you to go to the WEFTEC competition and attend. So what do you need to do? The background is you need to do a full preliminary engineering report, a written report about 20 pages long that fully describes your design project. You will submit that to our judges, and then we will follow it up with an oral presentation, which is a 20-minute presentation by up to 4 team members, followed by 10 minutes of Q&A. And then your presentation, your entry is judged on the combined results of both the written report and the oral presentation. So it is expected to be, what we get in is similar to your capstone design competition. Usually it is somebody's capstone design project, but it doesn't have to be, but it needs to be of that quality. It is, of course, supposed to be your work. You can have mentors and guidance, but US students should be doing the work. Teamwork is usually very important to get a comprehensive report. You can divide up your tasks and put together a report, and you can use whatever references you want, provided you provide appropriate citations. So to join, you need to be a student member of WEF and CWEA, which costs $20. It's really a great deal, actually, because if you get to go to WEFTech, the $20 membership will get you into WEFTech for free. And without that, WEFTech is a fairly big ticket item to get into. For the presentation, as mentioned, you can have up to 4 team members present. You could have one more person presenting slides, but just to make the oral presentation workable, it's limited to 4 people. And you can have your overall team could be up to 8 students. Like we said, if you are our winner, we will help you to enter the WEFTech competition, and we will provide financial assistance for you to get there, and you'll get into WEFTech for free because you're a student member. The judging criteria, there's a guidance document that can be downloaded that provides a little more detail on this, but basically for the report, it's a combination of the technical content of the report and the professional appearance and structure of the report, that it's clear and cohesive and well laid out. For the presentation, it's content, it's organization, delivery and effectiveness, discussion, supporting documentations. One thing to notice that when you do the presentation, the questions that you get may be not limited to your oral presentation, but could also come into aspects of your technical report. So just be prepared for that when you're preparing for the presentation. So components of a successful project, you need to have a clear goal. You should be working together to solve a problem. Again, this is an engineering report, so we want a solution presented. It's not a study, it's not a research project. You need to show how you're going to solve this problem in detail. The statement of the design problem should be clear so that we understand what it is you're trying to achieve. You should explain clearly which alternatives you choose, why you selected an alternative, and how you're going to implement that alternative, and describe how the solution goes, and include a costing. And I would emphasize it is important to do a good costing. This is a common question for judges when they're reviewing these reports. How did you come up with your costs? Did you think through them clearly? So these are our key dates. March the 1st, we'd like you to submit a one-stage problem statement to us. That just helps us to know that you're on the right track, and to confirm that the topic you've picked and the way you're going at it will be eligible for our competition. That goes back to what we said, that it has to be a design, not a research project. And it has to be in the area of wastewater or environmental that fits with the design competition. So giving us that one-page statement helps us to confirm that. April 28th, you send your written report to us, and we pass it on to our judges, who will then start to review your written report. May 1st, that's really a deadline for us. We will let the WEF organization know that, hey, we have teams, they're interested, we're going to send someone to your competition. Either the 13th or the 20th, we will hold our virtual competition. That's where you will give your oral presentation and you will be judged. And at the end of that competition, we will announce who the winners are who are going to Chicago. June 1st is a deadline with WEF for the winning team to submit their entry form, their abstract and executive summary to start the process of entering the WEFTech competition. During the last week of August, WEF will hold a webinar that explains to you everything you need to do for the competition, how to prepare, what you need for your report, all those details. August 18th is the deadline to submit your completed report to WEF for the competition. September 1st is the deadline for WEF registration and to confirm which of your team members will be presenting. And then September 16th, you have to submit your PowerPoint presentation that you will use for oral presentation. October 1st, it's the live competition in Chicago. And so some FAQs, so you don't have to be, you can be an environmental, civil, or chemical engineering major. We will sponsor up to 2 teams, 1 for each category. Your team gets to pick what the topic is. We don't specify a topic. As we said before, you can have up to 4 team members presenting. Overall, your team can be up to 8 team members. That's what the previous slides said. And if you have 4 people presenting, you could have a 5th person who is running your slide deck. And then if you want to know more in detail, you can go to the WEF SEC or the WEF website and download the thing. And that's a little insight of what that WEF website looks like, where you can download that stuff. So I am going to hand it back to Megan for our conclusion.
Great, thank you. So we do have April that joined. April, if you have any questions, let us know through the chat, or you can raise your hand and we can let you speak with your microphone. But if you have any other questions, we will also have this webinar available on our website, and I can send a follow-up email with that. For April, I'm not sure if you were on the call in time to see the schedule, but the next deadline is March 1st for teams to submit their 1 problem statement. Don't know. Doesn't look like she has any questions. Anything else? Oh, I saw the schedule. Great. Okay. She saw the schedule. Okay. Well, that concludes the introductory webinar. Anyone else have anything else to say? Well, I will send a follow-up email with the link to the recording, and we will look for the problem statements on March 1st. Thanks, everyone.
Thanks, everyone.
Thank you.